Commodities is a very interesting field to trade and invest in. And essentially there are two types of people in these markets. One, of course, are those who are already connected with the physical markets in some form, whether it be gold or agri or any other product. And others which are new to the futures market and to the commodities market. So for those who are new, there is always this question that what should I start trading or investing in? Should it be gold? Should it be metals? Could it be energy? Could it also be agri products? So each of these therefore have a specific benefit, and you can do the trading and investing best if when you are aware of these benefits. So let's take them one by one. I think the first and most popular one is bullion. Now most of the or a lot of the trade which takes place on commodity exchanges actually happens in bullion, which is essentially gold and silver. And there are some clear benefits there. I mean, in terms of liquidity, bullion always has the highest liquidity. And this is not only true in India, but across the world. Second, there are several trading avenues in this. So you could trade in physical gold, and even within futures, there are different, you can trade in 8 gram coins, you can trade in 100 gram bars or 1 kg bars. And finally, I think, and importantly, in India, bullion is a very good investment in the long run, mainly because of the depreciation of the rupee. So I think all of these three factors keep bullion a very interesting product for people to trade and invest in. The second and very interesting one is base metals, so which is essentially the liquidity is in copper and in nickel. And one of the reasons is that a lot of people get attracted to this is because of the relatively simple fundamentals which are there. And there is a lot of information which is available on the internet on this. You know, be it China, be it excess supply, shortage of supply, more demand or less demand, there are clear conclusions which can be made from the news flow. And finally, there is, of course, the margin requirements are low, and this keeps it very attractive for traders to take their leveraged positions in. Then there is crude oil. Crude oil, natural gas, I would actually put that under energy. So under energy, the advantages of course are high volatility. So as the geopolitics changes across the globe, and it's every now and then you keep hearing issues which are happening in oil producing companies and in oil consuming countries. And if there are any transport disruptions or weather, then this causes volatility, which makes it interesting. And second, because of this volatility, there are more jobbing options. So people who prefer moving markets, which are all the traders, they like this a lot. And once again, like base metals and like bullion, the margin requirements are also low. So one can have a reasonably well leveraged position here. And if one is right, then there is a lot of money to be made. Then I think it's the most relatively stable of them all, which is the agri commodities. So in terms of the ones which are liquid, more often than not, there is soya bean, chana, guar, jeera. There is a level of high volatility here, and when one gets in, one should be careful in this, and some of it has to do with the relatively less depth of the markets as well. But because of high volatility, there are enough jobbing options, so traders again like to trade in these. And margin requirements are low, but they may not be as low as bullion or crude, but yet in terms of leverage which is available, it remains a very attractive option. So while all of these, we talk about low leverage, low margins and high leverage as being one of the advantages, one needs to be very clear that when you get into a leveraged position, then while you can make a lot of money by investing very little money, there is also a huge risk that the capital itself or more than the capital can get wiped out. So trade wisely, keep stop losses in place, take advantage of all the benefits which are available in each of these, study the sector which you want to enter within commodities, and take the plunge.